Differential weathering, in a way, makes sense as a term, does it not? Because what it's describing is the fact that different rocks degrade, they break down, they dissolve at different rates. Even the same rock can break down at different rates depending on its exposure to things like the prevailing winds or running water or pooled up water or sunlight and vegetation. All of these things can impact the rate at which rocks degrade. One of the great examples in the world of differential weathering is the Grand Canyon, which you're looking at right here in Arizona. You can see that brown water going through the bottom. That's the Colorado River. It's brown not because it's dirty in the sense of being polluted so much. It's brown because it's wearing down the landscape. One of the things that park rangers at the Grand Canyon like to say or use as a kind of metaphor for what's going on in the Grand Canyon would be this. The Colorado River is a butter knife that's been heated. And the Colorado Plateau, which is slowly bulging upwards, is butter. And you take this butter knife and you shove the butter up against the butter knife. And of course, that butter knife slices down into the butter. This is kind of what's happening with the Grand Canyon and the Colorado River. But if you look at the Grand Canyon in this particular picture, you can see that the bottom 1,500 feet is actually very steep, whereas the top 4,000 feet kind of yawn wide open. Well, there's a real reason for this. And the reason is because what happens is different rocks are going to degrade at different rates. By the way, if you look on the left-hand side in the middle, you can see there's a person sitting there. Give you some perspective on size and dimension. Well, everything above that red line is sedimentary rock. Everything below it is metamorphic and igneous rock. So what that's showing you is that the Colorado River is much more rapidly able to degrade the sedimentary rock than it is the igneous and metamorphic rock that's down below. This is Monument Valley in the Navajo territory in the northern part of Arizona, the southern part of Utah, where these two states come together. It's a very famous place. This is also an example of differential weathering because everything above that red line, that's where the landscape used to be. These monuments, the buttes that are left behind and the mesas in some places, are the last remnant landforms. And the rock on the top was slightly more resistant than everything around it, which has all been degraded. Similar thing here. These are called fins. This is an Arches National Park in Utah. The landscape used to be at the top of where those fins are at, but it's all been degraded down over time. That is what differential weathering is about. Different rocks are going to degrade at different rates.